Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Rochelle. It was Rochelle Larson singing. She did a great job.
Good evening and welcome to David Story Fields here on the campus of Lower Columbia College in Longview, Washington. My name is Zach Smolin, here to take you through all the action between your Cowlitz Black Bears and their rivals, the Ridgefield Raptors. So as you know, these two teams both playing about maybe a half hour away from each other, right down I-5, a pretty straight shot. And these two squads will be going at it for the second out of 7 times this season in a new rivalry that has been donned the Columbia River Cup. So in addition to the Southern Division Showdown and a trio of rivalry games this week, the series is featuring games 2 through 4 of said Columbia River Cup. It is a 7-game-long affair throughout the season, and the Black Bears won Game 1 back on June 2nd in a dramatic 10-8 victory in which they scored 7 runs in the 8th after being down by a score of 8-3. So a big one for the Black Bears, as the Cup is actually situated right behind home plate there. As we're going to have our ceremonial first pitch from this young lady up here. Looks like she's a lefty. And a good one as Jacob Burley back there, of course, and perhaps a future LCC softball scholarship is in her future there, as we'll meet the pitchers for today's contest. We have a really nice matchup between the two. We got Miles Davis from Feather River College against Ryan Harvey for the Ridgefield Raptors. Now, Harvey is attending. Oh, now, of course, I cannot find it. Well, we'll get there in a second. Harvey attends UC Santa Barbara, so is a teammate of Brock Mortensen, who he'll be facing against today. He bats second in the order. We'll finish the lineup up in just a moment. And, again, both these teams on the top of their respective pitching rotations. Miles Davis is 1-1 with a 4.26 ERA and 20 strikeouts. And on the other end, for Ryan Harvey, he's having himself a pretty nice year as well, as he's sitting in there at 0-1 with a 2.53 ERA and 16 strikeouts. The Ridgefield Raptors are all done with the first half of their season, so this is actually their first game of the second half, as the Black Bears still have 3 more to go, so they'll wrap up their first half and try to climb above, or rather just at 500 to end the first half of the season. They sit at 9-12 against Ridgefield's 3-11, but of course, all that goes away when two rival teams play, as we're seeing them out here today. Miles Davis is warming on up here, throwing him over to Jacob Burley, and Davis will be taking on this lineup for the Ridgefield Raptors. Caden Connor, the center fielder, will lead it off with Reese Hernandez over in left field hitting second. Batting third is John Peck, the shortstop, with Kobe Morales, the first baseman, cleaning things up. Will Chambers is the DH today in the 5 spot for Ridgefield, with Tafton Hensley following him up. In right field as the 6th hitter, Grant Heiser will catch and hit 7th, with Cody Darcy, the 3rd baseman, in the 8th spot. And rounding out the order, batting 9th, is 2nd baseman Tanner Jones. The Raptors have the best offense in the league. They have a .291 batting average and average 7.25 runs per contest. So the immovable object meets the unstoppable force today, as the Black Bears come in with the best pitching staff in all of the West Coast League. So it's going to be a big one between these two squads. Ridgefield with the 7 1/4 runs per game, and Cowlitz with the 3.32 league ERA. So the first man up to the plate is going to be the left-hander center fielder, Caden Connor. Connor is, of course, a big reason why this team's been so successful offensively, hitting .282 with 33 hits and 117 at-bats, 11 doubles, 3 triples, no homers, 25 runs batted in. First pitch from Davis is outside for a ball, and we are underway at 6:35 p.m. on the dot, just as it is printed on the ticket. Connor also with 20 strikeouts, just 6 walks for him. As a right-hander against the lefty, he delivers, and this is skimmed foul back and will ricochet off the screen. It will be retrieved by Dawson Martin, who is today's foul ball retriever for the Black Bears, count even at 1-1. Beautiful day here today in Longview, Washington. It is 82 degrees and incredibly sunny. A little bit of wind coming in, of course, from left center field, blowing a little bit from left to right at 8 miles an hour. And Davis's 1-1 comes on in, and it's a breaking ball right there on the outside corner to put the count in his favor, 1-2. The Black Bears so far at home this season are 7-1, so looking to crack above 500 on the road, a slight advantage for them. They've been 7-6. And Burley sets up down and away. Here's the 1-2 to the lefty, and this is cranked in the air to right center field. Going back on it is Arboleda and Mortensen, as this is going to go all the way to the wall. Connor's going to head over to second. A strong throw from Arboleda will keep him there, but it's a leadoff double for Caden Connor. And for him, he now has 12 on the season. He is now tied for the West Coast League lead. So now another lefty to the plate. Here comes Reese Hernandez. Hernandez hitting .329, top 3 on the team, 26 hits and 79 at-bats, 17 runs scored, 5 doubles, no homers, 14 runs batted in. He's got a wide open stance as he squares around a bunt and taps it foul right next to the Cowlitz Black Bears dugout, and he falls behind 0-1. And the Ridgefield Raptors have 8 players with 12 or more runs batted in on the season, and 2 of them have eclipsed the 22 RBI mark. The leader on the Black Bears, for comparison, is Brock Bozette, and he's got 18. Davis misses high and outside that time with the breaking ball, 1-1. So Cowlitz wearing their green jerseys today with orange piping. The Cowlitz Black Bears baseball and claw logo on the top left lapel in orange and white. White numbers on the back trimmed out in orange with white pants and a single green stripe going down the left and right pant leg. Green socks, green caps with the white Cowlitz Black Bears C, filled in by an orange bear as Davis misses again, 2-1. And the Black Bears pitching is certainly going to have to be on their game in this series against such a powerful offense, as the numbers that these guys are putting up, honestly, just silly. It's been almost video game-like, as this is grounded sharply to short. Schwartz is there, firing over to first. Connor had a good jump, so he's going to go to third. A productive out, kind of what they were looking for with the bunt before. Instead, they get it with a 6-3 ground out, and with 1 away, the potential go-ahead run is just 90 feet from home. So now we will see John Peck, a .309 hitter. 34 hits and 110 at-bats. He has 9 doubles, no triples, no home runs, but 19 runs batted in. So now Davis looking to strand the man over at third. First pitch is popped up. Over on the right side, shallow, in foul territory, drifting over is Jaden Shepard, who makes the catch. Tagging is Connor. Here's the throw. Burley gets the tag down. He got him! Jaden Shepard! Who says first baseman can't throw? Jaden Shepard with the wonderful play, the 3-2 to get him down and send Ridgefield back to the dugout with no runs on the scoreboard. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left to bore. Let's go to the bottom of the first inning here at Lower Columbia College at David Story Field with the score tied at 0 and the Black Bears coming to bat. You're tuned in to Cowlitz Black Bears baseball right here on YouTube and KEDO. bottom of the first inning, and warming up on the mound is Ryan Harvey for the Richfield Raptors. And as we mentioned for him before, having himself a fairly nice season over there just south here on I-5. Harvey 0-1 with a 2.35 ERA and 16 strikeouts. So he comes back out here against this Cowlitz Black Bears lineup. Riku Nishida, the left-handed hitting second baseman, will be the leadoff man, followed by Brock Mortensen, the center fielder, hitting second. Batting third is the DH Wilson Weber, who will be followed up by the cleanup man, Kerry Arboleda. He plays right field. In third base is Brock Bozette in the 5 spot, with Henry Mensch, the 6 batter, out there in left field after missing the last 2 games, so happy to see him back in there. Jacob Burley, who made that spectacular tag at catcher today, hitting 7th, with Jaden Shepard, the man who threw him the ball, playing first base and hitting 8th. And rounding out the order is the LCC shortstop and the Cowlitz Black Bears shortstop as well, Matthew Schwartz, batting 9th. So here comes Riku Nishida, and he was a defensive wonder for the Black Bears over in Portland. And he's been great at the plate as well for them. Riku hitting .286 with 12 hits and 42 at-bats, a double, a triple, and 5 runs batted in. He's also got a sky-high .436 on-base percentage that leads the team. Lefty with a lot of speed from Mount Hood Community College, was hitting the ball super well today. As the first pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Yeah, Riku was tattooing the baseball. I told him that. I said, hey, you're really hitting the ball well. You're hitting bombs. He's like, nah, just base hits. That's all he goes for. And that's his game. He can really use his speed. And, hey, he can. If anybody can hit an inside the park home run on this team, it's probably Riku. Now, Nishida takes one inside for a ball, 1-1. He also does draw his fair share of walks. He's got 10 on the season as he takes one high, 2 balls and 1 strike. Nishida's second on the team in base on balls behind Brock Bozette. He's got 11. And the 2-1 is slapped foul, and that'll sail over on the left end out of play as a small group of younger fans going to chase after it, looking for their first souvenir of the evening, 2-2. Slight breeze again coming in as usual, so that'll kill some of those high fly balls, especially to left and center. Here's the 2-2. Nishida takes it low. 3 balls and 2 strikes, says home plate umpire Jim Courtney, who is assisted on the bases by Mike Carr. And the 3-2 to Nishida, and on the run slaps it foul. And once again, that's going to land behind the bleachers on the left side. Nishida from Osaka, Japan, one of 2 Japanese players on the Cowlitz Black Bears. The other, Tomo Marasi, and he's over in the bullpen. Both of them attend Mount Hood Community College. And the next one to Nishida is a soft liner, and it's right at the shortstop Peck, who ranges over and makes the grab and puts him down for out number 1. Brock Mortensen will step on up, and with that, let's meet the defense for the Ridgefield Raptors. Reese Hernandez is in left field with Caden Connor in center. Tafton Hensley patrols the grounds in right field. Cody Darcy is at the hot corner, third base, with John Peck at short, Tanner Jacques at second base, and Kobe Morales over at first base. Behind the plate is Grant Heiser, and Ryan Harvey is at the plate up to face the red-hot Brock Mortensen. Mortensen at 3 RBI yesterday as he skies one to center field. Connor with plenty of time to camp under it, and he'll make the grab for the second out of the top of the first, or rather the bottom of the first inning. I'm used to them being on the road after the last 3 games in Portland.
Up now is number 34.
So 2 away here, still a scoreless tie, and Wilson Weber coming on up. Hitting .182, 12 hits, 66 at-bats, 6 doubles, a triple, a home run, and 11 runs batted in. That's second on the team behind Brock Bozette, who's got 18. Swings and misses at the breaking ball, down and away, 0-1. Weber hosted the team and the coaching staff yesterday to a barbecue before the game. It was a lot of fun hanging out there with the players and the coaches, playing some basketball, some volleyball, staying loose. That's what summer ball is all about, just team bonding, getting a little bit better, and making long-lasting friends. So Weber fouls that one over to the side on the right, and now the count 0-2 to him. Harvey delivers the next one, and Weber able to spoil it, so we'll keep the count 0-2. So Harvey, again, one of the better starting pitchers this season. This is his 4th start in league play, his 5th overall. In his last start against Corvallis, though, had a bit of a bumpy outing. Only went 3 2/3 innings, surrendering 5 runs, though just 1 was earned on 3 hits, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts for him. Also coming into the game with a 1.55 whip in league play. Here's the 1-2. Weber takes that breaking ball low. Harvey was hopping off the mound like he had strike 3, and well, Weber checked his swing. They go for the appeal, but I don't think he was even close to going around, but they do it anyway to appease the catcher, Heiser. So deuces wild now, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 away. And the next one to Weber is in the dirt. So after falling behind 0-2, Weber has battled his way back in, and we now have a full count to the 3-man for the Black Bears. Last time these two teams played, the Black Bears were only able to muster a trio of runs before exploding as Wilson Weber will strike out. That pitch down and inside, and he has a quick chat with the umpire about it, Jim Courtney, just to see where it was, and he's sent down for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. Let's go to the top of the second. All tied up at 0 with the Raptors coming to bat. You're tuned into Cal's Black Bears Baseball right here on YouTube and KEDO. Bruising through the first 2 innings here at Lower Columbia College here at David Story Field in Game 2 of the Columbia River Cup, as Miles Davis will come on out to face Kobe Morales, Wilt Chambers, and Tafton Hensley, a very potent part of this lineup for Ridgefield.
Close, but no cigar. All right.
Kobe Morales, probably the best all-around hitter in the league. He's hitting .350 with 36 hits and 103 at-bats, 21 runs scored. That's second on the team behind Darcy. 4 homers and 22 runs batted in as he takes a strike 0-1. Morales attends Cypress College. He's 6'3" and 225 pounds. 230, my mistake, as he takes one low, 1-1. Morales is, again, as we mentioned, one of the more complete hitters in the league. He is in the top 3 in all Triple Crown categories. As Morales is third with his .350 average, tied for second with his 4 home runs, and in third place with his 22 runs batted in as he wastes one foul on the left side. And the count 1-2. And Morales was not on the team just yet when these two teams met for the first time. But none of these batters have faced Miles Davis yet this season either, so just a fresh start all around. 1-2 with the bases empty, still a scoreless tie. Burley sets up down and away. Davis delivers and misses with the fastball off the plate in the right-hander's batter's box, 2-2. Black Bears lost a heartbreaker last night against the Portland Pickles, looking to rally back today against their rivals within the division, as this is hit in the air to deep left field. Towards the track as mentioned, right in front of the 324 sign. He'll make the grab and send him down for out number 1. Now, the wind is certainly not friendly to power hitters here at David Story Field, as that one certainly jumped off the bat, but the park held it. As we'll see Wilt Chambers for the first time today. Chambers hitting .300, 2 hits and 70 at-bats, 17 runs scored, 2 doubles, 4 homers, and 16 runs batted in. Chambers from the College of the Canyons. That's where Chris Cota does his coaching during the spring. He's also the manager of the Raptors as Chambers takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Yesterday against Bend, in a non-league game, Chambers hit a home run, drove in two, struck out twice, and also had a pair of hits on the day overall. So he slaps one over in the right field that's dropped by Arboleda, but he picks it up and he fires it through. That one hit the ground, so no error for Arboleda. But back-to-back innings with a hit for the Ridgefield Raptors, as they now have one aboard with one down in the top of the second. Here comes Tafton Hensley.
Stepping up now, number 23, Tafton Hensley.
Hensley, one of 7 300-plus hitters on Ridgefield. 3 home runs, 12 runs batted in, 306 average, 19 hits, and 62 at-bats. This is fouled straight back, 0-1.
Another sponsor of tonight's game, The Roof Doctor. Online at theroofdoctor.com.
And the Black Bears today, the game plan is lean on that pitching staff to hold down the Raptors and score just enough to get by, maybe beat up on their pitching staff that's been a little bit on the lower end of the leaderboards over in the West Coast League, as a curveball is taken in for a strike, 1-1, or 0-2. Yeah, we're looking at the team pitching totals, and the Raptors, 9th in the league with a 5.05 ERA. Now the 0-2. And this one is served in the air into left center field. Mortensen hustles over and he'll grab it above his head, making a nice play out there in left center to send him down for out number 2. Couple of flyouts over on the left side and just the base hit to the opposite field over to right as Grant Heiser due up now. Heiser, today's starting catcher, hitting .289, which on this team is fairly low. Swings and misses here, 0-1. And that's only in the context of his own team. He's having a great season. He's 11 for 38 with 9 runs scored, a double, a home run, and 6 driven in, also 6 walks for him. Chambers still stuck over there on first base. And the next offering is down and out, 1-1. Chambers has not attempted a stolen base this year. As Ridgefield, not a team that usually likes to move things around by way of a steal. They're just 16 for 23. That's 70%. That's a pretty decent percentage, but they don't go very often. Less than once per game is the 1-1. Ooh, just a little bit low and outside. Burley tried to pull that one up. 2 balls and a strike. Of course, these two teams both owned by the Northwest Ownership Group. Tony Bonacci, of course, lives here in Longview in the summer. But he's got both his teams out here as Burley blocks one in the dirt. A nice stop there, keeping Chambers over there at first, but now the count 3-1 to Heiser. Heiser's got the bright white compression sleeve over on his right arm. Also got some of those Adidas stripes in there as Chambers clutches his batting gloves. Here's the 3-1 curveball. Beautiful pitch by Davis. And the count full at 3-2. And one good thing about Davis is he can throw all of his pitches in really any count. His fastball wasn't working, so he went with the curve right there. And now it's right back in it with 2 away and a chance to end the inning on 1 pitch. Burley sets up down and outside, and the 3-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. Davis goes with the changeup and sends his man down on strikes for the final out of the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left aboard. Bottom of the second coming up, a scoreless tie, and your Black Bears coming to bat. You're tuned in to Cal's Black Bears Baseball right here on YouTube and KEDO. Well, Aiden and Evan from the Longview 12U team just informed me that their 12U squad got 4th place in the state. So congratulations to the Longview 12U on their wonderful accomplishments, as the Black Bears are looking to have some good success here in Longview of their own. So Kerry Arboleda, Brock Bozette, and Henry Mensch will try to get it done for them in this scoreless tie in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Arboleda has been red hot coming into the game, as many of these guys coming up for the Black Bears are. Brock Bozette, he's never been cold, really, it seems like, this year. And Henry Mensch, after missing the last couple of games, will try to get right today. Leads the team and now in average and slugging percentage.
Stepping up now
as Kerry Arboleda.
Kerry Arboleda.
Looking to start the inning off with the bang. He's got 15 hits and 60 at-bats, a .250 average. 3 doubles, a home run, and 8 runs batted in. Arboleda's also got a .324 on-base percentage, and the first pitch to him is fouled back off the glove of Heiser. 0-1. Arboleda sitting pretty with a .350 slugging as well. After struggling to start the season, he's really picked things up over the last 10 games or so, and now has been back as a fixture in the middle of the Black Bear order. Takes a fastball up and outside now, 1-1. The Black Bears will have to use their power bats today. They had 2 home runs yesterday against Portland. And, of course, it is difficult to do that here at David Story Field, but they do have the guys to do it. As a team, they still have 12 home runs in now their 28 games. Arboleda took one down and in, so now the 2-1 on the way from Harvey, who kicks, delivers, and just misses outside. That pitch across the plate over on the right side of the Black, so the count now 3-1 to the right fielder for the Black Bears. Harvey only needed 15 pitches to get through that first inning. It was 1-2-3, and the Black Bears now looking for some base runners. Here's the 3-1, and Arboleda hits this one the other way in the air over to right, but Hensley is there after taking a pair of steps, and he'll put him down for out number 1. Well, Arboleda certainly gave that one a ride, but the defense was playing him for that. As Brock Bozette,
number 3, Brock Bozette,
is ready to go. He leads the team at 22 games and also with 18 runs batted in. Sitting .263, 20 hits, and 76 at-bats. 2 doubles, a home run, and again, those 18 RBI. First one to the Spokane Falls Community College right-handed hitter is a strike, 0-1. And Bozette had one heck of a season there. Hit .385. 3 home runs as he turns on this one foul, and the count 0-2. Brock, one of the better players on this team and also one of the nicest guys on this Cowlitz Black Bears squad. Always with a smile on his face and incredibly friendly as he takes one up and in, 1-2. And the next offering to him is high and outside. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, to get this inning going, it'd really help if Bozette can find his way on. It's been a reliable option for them to do so with that .368 on-base percentage. A lot of walks for him. Leads the team there as well with 11. 1-2 is popped up, and that'll go foul over on the right end and out of play beyond the grandstand seating. So we'll do the 2-2 all over again. We're sitting here in the bottom of the 2nd, scoreless tie with 1 down. Bozette the 5-hitter at the plate. As Richfield's righty delivers a breaking ball and misses off the outside edge, and it'll fill the count up at 3-2. Coaching staff for the Black Bears as follows, managed by Brian Burst, Corey Keir, the pitching coach, with the third base coach / hitting coach, Aaron Matthews. And over on the first base side is Shane McCarroll as Bozette takes one high for ball 4. So Brock able to extend that lead of his. Now 12 walks on the season. We'll see that OBP go up a little bit as Henry Mensch will make his way back up there.
Portland, number 9, Henry Mensch up to bat now.
Henry Mensch and Sean Mulcair for the Black Bears, both a small bit of a homecoming as they both play at the University of Portland, a pair of pilots. As Mensch leads the team with a .310 batting average, including non-league games, takes a strike high and tied 0-1. Mensch has 18 hits and 58 at-bats, 2 doubles, 2 triples, 3 home runs. That leads the team, and 9 runs batted in. Also an on-base percentage of .403 and a slugging of .569 as the next one to him is a fastball high and away, 1-1. Bozette with 5 swipe bags in 7 attempts. The team 40 for 48 on the season. That is 83.33%. Next one to bench is hit in the air over on the right side, flaring over towards foul territory, and that'll land near the Ridgefield bullpen, and it'll make it a 1-2 count. The Raptors wearing black jerseys today with the Ridgefield Raptors logo, the R with the Raptor head on the top left lapel, and maroon outlined in white. Also numbers on the bottom right outline, or rather all white. Same deal on the back, gray pants with red piping, black caps with the Ridgefield Raptors R on the front face, and also black socks for them as well, as the pickoff attempt to try to get Bozette is not in time. Catcher sets up outside, the 1-2, he got him, strike 3, and Mensch is unhappy with the call, and he's down looking for out number 2 for Ryan Harvey. That's his second strikeout of the ball game. Just one ahead of Miles Davis as Jacob Burley looking to do some damage here.
Jacob Burley.
In his last start, Burley belted a long double in Portland. That was his first extra base hit of the season. He has 7 hits and 46 at-bats, a 152 average, and he's driven in 3. So he takes one low. Bozette hopped a little too far off the bag, and the throw was not there as Kobe Morales did not spin around in time to apply the tag. So Cowlitz gets a break. It's a 1-0 count with 2 away. Burley with a .231 on base percentage for the squad. He has walked 5 times. As the 1-0 to him is hit straight back and over the netting. And actually will go down by the home plate club. Horseshoe section of seats around home plate, and the count even at 1-1. Jacob Burley from Brown University, so the last couple of seasons has not gotten to play in the Ivy League. So back out here, getting some more experience in before rejoining them. So he takes one in for a strike, 1-2. Jaden Shepard waits on deck. He tries to come up with runners on base to help this team take a lead. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Bozette about 9 feet off the bag at first base, being held on by Morales, as the next offering is a broken bat pop-up in the infield. That's going to drop down. Burley hustling, and nobody can get to it in time, so Jacob Burley showing off the wheels. And he's aboard. That's going to go down as an infield single. Hey, that's baseball season.
Jaden Shepard.
You can hit the ball 100 miles an hour and get out. Or, like Burley did, I imagine, that couldn't have been more than 60 or 70 straight up in the air and reach base. So now we got Jaden Shepard. 197 from Ohlone College, 13 hits, 66 at-bats, 3 doubles, a home run, and 10 runs batted in. Shepard also with a .284 on base as the first pitch fastball is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Shepard's only home run of the season came in Corvallis, a towering shot way over that tall left field wall at Goss Stadium. Looking for his first home run here at David Story. 2 men on, here's the 0-1, and it's hit hard on the ground over to short. Picked up by Peck, he fires it across the diamond to first and completes the play to send him down for the final out of the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and the Black Bears leave 2 aboard. Let's go to the top of the 3rd inning, with the Raptors coming to bat in a scoreless tie. You are tuned in to Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball right here on YouTube and 99.1 FM, 1400 AM, KEDO, Longview, Kelso.
Landon, who's out there with you?
All right, top of the third inning, Darcy, Jacques, and Connor do up for Ridgefield. Against another inning from Miles Davis. He's been coasting along, 25 pitches, 17 for strikes. He's allowed a pair of hits, just scattering them, one per inning. And struck out one batter for his 21st of the season. And now going up against 8, 9, and 1 is Cody Darcy. Is preparing to get up there and lead off. He's an infielder from Nichols State University from Enumclaw, Washington, 6'2" and 195 pounds for him.
Up now is number 18, Cody Darcy.
Darcy hitting .233, 20 hits and 86 at-bats. He has scored 22 runs. That leads the team. And Darcy also with a team-leading 5 home runs. That also leads the West Coast League. He has 14 runs batted in, but 29 strikeouts, the big number for him. First one for Davis is high and outside for a ball, 1-0. So Darcy today starting at third base. And he just saw a 7-game hit streak snap against the Bend Elks, but in league play, he's still on a 6-game streak as he swings and misses at that low one, 1-1. Davis has really been on his A game today. He's had good command of all 3 of his pitches, and that curveball has looked super sharp. As the Feather River righty delivers, there's that curve again. Bottom falls right out of it, 1-2, as Darcy with a helpless hack that time. Game 2 of the Columbia River Cup here. Top of the third inning. This also is one of the final 3 games of the first half for the Black Bears, and the first game of the second half for the Ridgefield Raptors is the 1-2 slider down and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Davis. And this is a big game for the Black Bears because they can't win the first half anymore because Corvallis clinched it a little bit while back. But even with these final couple games against Ridgefield, since the Raptors are starting off their second half, any win for the Black Bears is just icing on the cake for them, as they can take a lead over Ridgefield once they enter the second half. And even if they lose, the losses don't count towards the second half, so they'll still be even with the Raptors in the loss column. As the 3-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. That is strikeout number 30 for Darcy on the season in 87 at-bats, and Miles Davis collects his second punch-out of the evening. So now Tanner Jacques to the plate for the first time today. Jacques hitting .279, 19 hits and 86 at-bats. No homers, but a double and a triple and 15 runs batted in. Jacques was 1 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts against the Black Bears back on June 2nd as Davis delivers a strike, 0-1. And the next one from Davis is inside and caught there by Burley. Looked like it nearly hit Jacques on the elbow, but no signal for that, so the count still even at 1-1. And another delivery, breaking ball, hits that outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Davis. Davis on the season with a strike percentage of just 57.7. That was because of a couple shaky starts, but overall seems much better. He's got 56% of his first pitches across for strikes on the year. So he misses there, 2-2. But today, he's been way above those figures, 62.9% of pitches for strikes. And when it comes for his first offerings, he's just under 78%. Now the 2-2. Hit hard on the ground over to Bozette. He scoops it up, fires a line drive across the diamond, and sends him down for out number 2. Bozette over at third base for the Black Bears, and splits time between there and shortstop. He's the only player on the Black Bears to have more than 80 innings at 2 different positions. He's got 80 over at short and 100 at third base, and now 103 after this inning. And that just goes back to the value that he has, not just at the plate, but he's an excellent glove from that left side and makes all the stops and all the plays. Has only committed 2 errors this season and came into the game with a .971 fielding percentage. Here's the first pitch now to Caden Connor up for his second trip. Takes it outside, 1-0. And Connor started the game off with a bang with a long double out into right center field, and he eventually made it to third base but got stuck there. As again, we're still in a scoreless tie here in the top of the third. Next one to Connor is hit in the air to deep center. But Mortensen right there barely has to move, and he makes the grab to send him away for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. A 1-2-3 for Davis as we go to the bottom of the third inning with the Black Bears coming to bat, looking to score first. You're tuned in to Cal's Black Bears Baseball right here on YouTube and KADO. Bottom of the third inning as we're grooving through here at David Story Field. Matthew Schwartz, Rico Nishida, Brock Mortensen against Ryan Harvey again for his third inning of work. Matthew Schwartz right at home here at LCC. When he plays his college ball, it's a no-brainer for him to join the Cal's Black Bears. Playing against another LCC player for the Ridgefield Raptors, and Ryan Hitz. He's a right-hander. I believe I saw them talking before today's game, hanging out over down the left field line while Ridgefield was taking batting practice. So here comes Schwartz to the plate. First offering to him is hit in the air to right field. Ranging over is Hensley towards the line, and he'll make the grab to put him down for out number one. So one pitch, one out here. Puts Schwartz down and flips the lineup back over for Riku Nishida. And Nishida put good wood on the ball the first time, but
from Osaka, Japan, Riku Nishida
was right at John Peck, so now he'll try to get it through this time. Nishida with that line out. All of his hits this season have gone over into left field, so likes to hit the ball the other way. First offering to him is a strike, down and away, 0-1. Slightly open stance again with that patented leg pump as the next one misses outside, 1-1. When Nishida's up there at the plate, you can see it on YouTube, but he gets his left or his right leg up in the air a couple of times while whirling the bat behind his head. It's a timing mechanism for him as he slaps it over to third. Darcy there, sidearm fire to first and beats Nishida by about 2 strides to put him down for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here for Ridgefield as Brock Mortensen trying to help him do some damage here with 2 away. Mortensen is 0 for 1. He sent a ball to deep center field, but Caden Connor was there to make the grab. Hit a home run in yesterday's game. Also had an RBI double as he takes a strike on the outside, 0-1. Yeah, Mortensen absolutely tattooed his home run. He was just the second batter of the game against the Pickles and gave the Black Bears a 2-0 lead for that second game in a row back in the first inning. Now he takes an off-speed pitch away, 1-1. Of course, had a stellar season for University of California, Santa Barbara with those 15 home runs in 61 ball games. And he has provided the pop for the Black Bears with a 2-1 count to him. Next one is hit on the ground and stopped over there by Morales. He flips it to first. The pitcher, Harvey, is right there making a perfect route over to first and is able to send him down and steal a base hit away from Mortensen. So no runs on No hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. Another 1-2-3 as we're a third of the way through at David Story, heading into the top of the fourth with Ridgefield coming to bat. You are locked right into Black Bears baseball on KEDO and on YouTube. Reese Hernandez, John Peck, Kobe Morales for Ridgefield. Still a scoreless tie, but we are now in the top of the fourth inning. Cruising along as we do here at David Story Field. Yeah, I was talking to Josh Warden, the Ridgefield broadcaster, over to my left. He's like, so this is what it's like to move fast in a game. I said, that's what we do here. The Black Bears, we got a good pace of play. As Hernandez steps up, left-handed batter with an open stance. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out to Matthew Schwartz back in the first inning as he takes a strike on the outside, 0-1. Both pitchers incredibly economical. Davis now only at 39 pitches through 3+. And through 3 completed innings, Ryan Harvey at 45 as the breaking pitch misses upstairs. 1-1 to Hernandez. From San Jose State University from Santee, California. 6 foot and 180 pounds as the left-hander takes another pitch off the plate outside, 2-1. Black Bears will play 10 of their next 11 games at home, only pausing briefly to take a quick trip to Corvallis as part of a home-and-home non-league series. And that'll be on this upcoming Thursday. And then after that, they have a 6-game home stretch. Davis missed tying outside, and now the 3-1 coming in to Hernandez. So he kicks, fires the next one, and it's a little bit low. So Hernandez is going to find his way over to first base. The first walk issued by Davis this evening. And now John Peck will work his way up to the plate. Peck was 0 for 2 against the Black Bears in the first game against them. Watts a couple times, 0 for 1 today with a pop out to Jaden Shepard that turned into a double play. And again, the Black Bears love any chance that they get to show off their spectacular defense, as we might see here on a ground ball. First pitch to Peck, though, is low and away, 1-0. First time that we've had, I believe it's the first time that we've had Carr and Courtney here as umpires here at Lower Columbia College. As a quick throw over by Davis is not in time. I'll keep flipping through to double check, but almost certain about that. And in the meantime, just trying to keep Hernandez close over there. He is no stolen bases. He has tried once as this is hit hard and up the middle through the infield for a base hit. So Schwartz ranged over to try to make a play on it, but there was so much velocity on that baseball. There's no way he would have been able to get to it if he had. He might have had a big hole in his glove.
The amenities you expect. Up now is 28, Kobe Morales.
So now Kobe Morales to the plate with 2 men on, nobody out. The first real jam for Davis in today's game. Morales is 0 for 1 with a long fly out to left field as Davis going to take an extra second to think about things as Morales steps out of the box. Yeah, tough spot here. Trying to get around a guy that has 4 home runs and 22 runs batted in, hitting .350 entering the game as he goes soft and away with the first one, but misses high and outside 1-0. And Davis now, long look in, slowing the game down a little bit to pace that's more his comfort level. He makes the high leg kick and zips one high and outside. That one a fastball. 2-0 to Kobe Morales. And yeah, the Raptors' first baseman, not somebody you want to fall behind against in a count. With that .350 batting average. Stands tall in the box, gets ready for the 2-0 from Davis, who kicks, delivers, and gets a swing and a miss on the curveball down and inside. So just with the doctor order that time for Davis, so he's working his way back in at 2-1. First of a 3-game set here at Lower Columbia College. Tomorrow's game will be at 6:35 as well. And I believe so will Sunday's contest, as the 2-1 is hit in the air over to left field, similar to the last time, as Mensch back near the track and takes it out of the air to send Morales down for out number 1. So the outfield for the Black Bears certainly will be busy today, given the power that the Raptors have in their lineup. But so far, so good for them, only scattering 3 hits.
Up now is number 24.
So here's Will Chambers. He's 1 for 1. He smoked one through the gap on the right side for a single. Nothing else for him as he tries to make something happen here. So far, Ridgefield 0 for 2 with runners, or rather 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Early in today's game. 1 down here in the top of the 4th. Here's Davis's first offering, and it's a breaking ball, missing low. It's pitch number 50 for him. 1-0 the count to Chambers. As we mentioned before, Chambers from the College of the Canyons. He's battled back through some injuries during his baseball career, but certainly having a resurgence of sorts with the Raptors as he takes another one downstairs. Right below the shoe tops for him, and a 2-0 count coming up as Jacob Burley going to go out and have a chat with his right-hander.
Community Banks in Washington.
And with that, let's have a quick trick, let's take a quick trip around the West Coast League. Our game today is the farthest along. We're in the top of the 4th with a scoreless tie. In Wenatchee, Corvallis and the Apple Sox are all tied up at 1 in the top of the 3rd at Paul Thomas Field. In the bottom of the 1st, Yakima Valley trying to come back from a 1-0 deficit against Bellingham. And in the top of the 2nd, the Pickles lead at 1-0 against the Walla Walla Sweets at Burleski Stadium. So those are the 4 games going on here today that are in league play. As now the 2-0 is tapped and skimmed foul over on the right side, and it'll bounce just out of the field of play into the picnic area. So a 1-2, or rather 2-1 to Chambers, another left-hander against Miles Davis. Davis hasn't quite been able to give the Black Bears the kind of length that they were looking for in that last outing, as this is hit over the glove of Schwartz and into left for a base hit. Here comes Hernandez. He's going to round 3rd. He'll score. Heading to 3rd is John Peck as the throw comes in. It's an RBI single for Chambers. And now a 1-0 Raptors lead as they draw first blood here. We're going back to Davis.
23 is Tafton.
He's been a little on and off lately in his first 4 starts of the season. Against Walla Walla, he went 6 innings. Against Bend, just going 2. Then against Corvallis, went 6 in it. Then against the Sweets, the second time around, went 5 and surrendered 4 runs. So this time he's let 1 come across, and now Tafton Hensley looking to add on to it. Hensley flied out to left field. If he does that again, he'll bring in a 2nd run for the Raptors, as the first pitch to him is that slider on the outside corner for a strike 0-1. Of course, a ground ball gets the Black Bears right out of this jam. Chambers not known for going off and running, but does have a 10-foot lead off the bag, being held on by Jaden Shepard. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss on that sharp curveball once again. And Davis firmly in the driver's seat, 0-2. Davis trying to escape this inning with just limited damage, and it misses just a little high and outside, 1-2. Pitch count still in good shape at 56. For Miles, who's looking to pick up his third strikeout of the evening right here, ahead in the count. 1-2. Just off the plate again. This time went with the slider, evens it up at 2-2. Peck on third, Chambers over at first base. Davis started off well against Walla Walla. Then had a tough inning. Did strike out 8, though, on the 29th in that 7-3 loss. So 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. And how about that Miles Davis curveball? Another excellent job by him. And sends his third victim down swinging.
Up now, number 9,
here in the top of the fourth, and puts 2 away for Grant Heiser. Heiser was Davis's first strikeout victim that came back in the second. Heiser in a slump, 0 for his last 11. As Davis delivers, slide step delivery is cut on and missed again, just filling it up with curveballs here, 0-1 on the swing. And now taps the top of his helmet, bumps the plate a few times, is ready to go. The Black Bears looking to strand these runners on the corners and get right back up to the plate in a hurry to try to get that 1 run back. And Davis is 0-1, sails high, 1-1 off the fastball.
The sponsor of tonight's game, Hamer Electric. Online at
So far the Black Bears have forced the Raptors to play their game out there, keeping this a low-scoring affair. Now it's going to be up to the bats for Cowlitz to turn this thing around and give their team a lead. 1-1 is slider down and out. 2 balls and 1 strike as Burley cannot pull that one back in the zone. And Cody Darcy, another big power hat, waiting on deck for the Ridgefield Raptors. Jacob Burley sets up down and away as Davis instead fires over to first base, and the tag by Shepard just not in time. Of course, we'd like to take some time to thank you here from all of us at the Cowlitz Black Bears Media Department for joining us here on a Friday night. Hoping you're having a good time, whether you're sitting outside, inside, enjoying something nice, spending time with the family, no matter what you're doing. We're happy that you're with us here on YouTube and KEDO as Davis fires a strike down and away, 2-2. 1-0 Raptors lead the Black Bears in the top of the fourth with 2 down, a 2-2 count with 2 away. Big pitch coming up for Davis, trying to keep that scoreboard just at that 1-0. As Miles, slide step delivery, curveball hitting the air over on the right side, curving towards foul territory. Shepard sprinting over, and Arboleda also on the run, but neither able to get there as that's going to drop for a foul ball. And another 2-2 count coming up to the 7 batter in the Raptor order. The Raptors with 4 hits today, 1 in each of the first 2 innings, and now a pair here in the fourth, after Davis was able to send him down in order, 1-2-3, back in the 3rd inning. Again, Deuce is wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. And he deals, curveball is low and inside, and now they've caught Chambers in a rundown, and they're just going to leave him there. They don't want to fall for that decoy play, so Chambers over to second base on the swipe bag. As Chambers picks up his first stolen base of the season, the 17th of the year for Ridgefield. Big payoff, but first base is open as the pitch on the way. 3-2 is lined right up the middle and through for a base hit. Mortensen will pick it up. He comes up throwing, fires it in. 1 run scores, but they do keep Chambers at third base as now he's going to come in as the ball got through 3 different Black Bears. But Burley able to get in there just in time to keep Chambers at third, but an RBI single nonetheless for Grant Heiser, breaking that
number 18,
0 for 11
Darcy
cold spell. And now the Black Bears down by a score of 2-0. Here comes Cody Darcy. Darcy struck out in his only trip to the plate. That led off the 3rd inning. when Miles Davis sent them down in order. And the first one from Davis is a curveball that he releases a little early, missed in 1-0. Davis now at 66 pitches. As now he's got to deal with the 2 runners in scoring position as this misses low again. Nice block by Burley, 2-0. 2-0, not an insurmountable deficit by any account, but the Black Bears certainly would want to keep it right here. So they trail it 2-0, and especially with 3, 4, and 5 coming up in their order, they'll have a chance to tag them back and would rather want to take the lead instead of just chipping away. And now Davis sets. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Davis has been getting a lot of those today. And a 2-1 coming up to Darcy. I believe by looking at the lineup, Darcy started the year more in the middle of the Black Bear order, but he's been striking out a lot. Still providing the punch, though, with those 5 home runs. But now he has 30 strikeouts as Davis wants to have another chat over with Jacob Burley. Again, just a bit of a longer inning this time around. Wanted to make sure they're on the same page as they try to get this one through here in the top of the 4th inning.
Also partners of Fiber Family Wednesdays. Home team 100.7 KLOG. Cooking Country 105.5 KUKN.
So now Burley with a long walk back over behind the plate, and we'll reset here in the top of the 4th with 2 down. Drew Davis right here, no more hard contact. Probably some more breaking balls. He tried them earlier in the count to Darcy, but he missed in. Got to make sure he completes the pitch and goes all the way through, gets that wrist snap down. That's exactly where Burley's setting up the 2-1 is that curve, and they get the slow tapper back in. Right into the backstop, 2-2. So now Davis with a couple options here. He hasn't really gotten a lot of elevated fastballs by guys today. It's mostly been those swings and misses at the low curves. Let's see if he mixes it up here or switches up the strategy. It'll all be dependent on where Burley sets up. And it is going to be downstairs as the 2-2 breaking ball, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Miles Davis with his 4th strikeout of the evening, but not before surrendering 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error. And he strands 2 on base. Let's go to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Black Bears trail by 2, but will be coming to bat. You're tuned into Cowlitz Black Bears baseball right here on KADO and on YouTube. So Ridgefield strike first. They score 2 in the top of the 4th inning, and now the Black Bears will have the meat of their order coming on up to try to flip that back around. Wilson Weber, Kerry Arbolita, and Brock Bozette all due up against another inning from Ryan Harvey, sitting at 45, so 15 per inning, and has only surrendered 1 hit and 1 walk to the Black Bears, so having himself a good game out there today. And a few more warm-up throws here, and now Weber up to the plate. He struck out looking his first trip, but did put together a very nice plate appearance. First pitch to Wilson is down and out, and yeah, he's got a fan section here today, man. Big cheers for Wilson, the count 1-0. Some shadows starting to filter in through the trees here at David Story. That helps the right-handers out. As that pitch to Weber, a strike on the outside, 1-1. As the 1-1 comes in, and Weber again takes that one on the outside, 1-2. Now Weber's been trying to chase a little bit less, but has been seeing a lot of pitches on the corners. So that's something that he'll certainly continue to develop as he gets older, as he tomahawks that one and goes backwards. So we'll keep it at the 1-2. Weber just finished high school and will be going to Oregon State University right at the end of this season, as the 1-2 is in the dirt, nearly 5 holes hyzer, but he's able to put a stop to it, 2-2. And Weber has certainly shown some signs of some serious power for the team. He does have a home run, but you imagine if they played a few more games on the road, he'd have some more, as he's down looking again. Sees one on the outside corner and will go on back to the dugout for out number 1. So now here's Kerry Arboleda. He's 0 for 1 with a deep fly out over to right field. And the first one to Arboleda. Takes one down and away, 1-0. You can expect Kerry to be patient at the plate too. Just going to wait up there for the best pitch for him to hit. Recently made a big change in his life as he splinters one the other way, and it's lined right at Morales, who makes the grab for out number 2. And, of course, changing his facial hair over to the big-time handlebar from the full beard has helped him snap out of it. And he got a couple of hits in the last couple of games of the series. As Brock Bozette will look to make something happen here, he is 0 for 0 with the walk. And he comes up in the bottom of the 4th with 2 down as he hits one high in the air to left field. This one continues to carry way over there, and on the run is Reese Hernandez, who catches one right in front of the wall for the final out of the inning. But man, did Bozette give that one a ride. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left aboard. Top of the 5th coming up. Raptors up 2-0 on the Black Bears, and Ridgefield coming to bat. You're tuned in to Cowlitz Black Bears baseball right here on YouTube and KEDO.
Online at cowlitzpud.org. Cowlitzpud.
Tonight we have player catch.
Back out there is Miles Davis. He'll take on 9-1-2 for the Raptors, and Jacques, Connor, and Hernandez. Miles saw his pitch count go up a little bit. He's now at 70, but 40 have crossed the plate for strikes, so still dealing out there. And he surrendered 2 runs on 5 hits, 1 walk, but 4 strikeouts for him. That's half the total that he got the last time against Walla Walla, where he had 8. Always a big strikeout guy. And he'll try to miss more bats here. As Tanner Jacques comes on up to the plate, he is 0 for 1 with the ground out today. And for those of you on YouTube, if in between innings you want to find something to do, or hey, if you're listening on the radio at home, pop on over to the playlist tab of the On the Road with the Black Bears series. I got 2 new episodes right at you. One of them featuring Brock Bozette and Dawson Martin, and the other one with Kerry Arboleda. So check those out on the Cowlitz Black Bears YouTube page. And the first offering to Jacques is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. And the next one, 0-1, is a slow tapper over to second base. Nishida is there. sidearms it to first and will retire him for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down on just 2 pitches from Davis. So he's trying to be the first Black Bear pitcher, or starter I should say, to eclipse 4 innings. And the past couple of games, he's finally done that. And let's see if he can get through 5 here. As we're starting to see a right-hander warming up in there. It looks like Mark Wanarovich. Tomomirasi and Wanarovich are both getting ready. I don't think either of them are throwing to a catcher just yet. So I'm also seeing Dale Tacklow starting to get stretched out. So it'll probably depend on this inning whether or not they start really throwing, as Davis fires his first pitch to Connor for a strike on the outside, 0-1. Caden is 1 for 2 with a double and a flyout today. Both over towards center field, the double a little bit more over on the right side. And now Davis kicks, fires the 0-1, and just off the outer part of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike to the left-handed hitting Connor. And Richfield out hitting Cowlitz 5-1 so far, also with a 2-0 lead. The Black Bears offense still looking to get going. But Miles Davis has put together a really nice performance so far, just surrendering those 2 runs. Black Bears will have to score more than 2 anyway if they want to win, especially against a high-scoring team like the Raptors, as this down and in pitch finds a spot there, 1-2. Burley calling a good game back there. Going with all the stuff that Davis is comfortable with, and again, keeping that game close for the offense. Here comes the 1-2, and that's in the dirt. Try to get him with the change, but no chase from Connor. 2-2 coming up to the center fielder for the Raptors. And the Cowlitz Black Bears were so close in their last series, keeping those games close. They almost swept Portland. If it wasn't for the bottom of the 9th inning, honestly. They won the second game 7-0 and lost on walk-offs, both off the bat of Leo Mosby, a 3-run shot in game number 1 to spoil the 1-0 lead that the Black Bears had, and then a 2-run double in the bottom of the 9th to give Portland a 5-4 victory there. So they were that close from sweeping Portland coming in. Instead, they lost the series and are now to bounce back, look to come back, rather, to their winning ways here against the Richfield Raptors. Connor fouled one away, so now a 2-2 to work with. He kicks, fires, and this is grounded over to first. Shepard, oh, what a pick over there. He'll saddle at it over to first base, and Davis right there to make the grab for out number 2. What a play by Shepard, who's really flashing the leather well over there at first base today. So 2 down, here's Reese Hernandez.
Number 20.
Hernandez 0 for 1 and was the first walk of the game and only walk for Davis. Came around to score back in the 4th inning. So he's up now in back-to-back frames as he takes the fastball off the black outside, 1-0. Peck and Morales both due up, as Davis certainly will want to navigate his way through before facing that pair. 1-0. He is down and inside this time with the fastball. 2-0 from Davis. Now at 80 pitches here through 4 2/3. Still nobody throwing to a catcher just yet, so if Davis can get out of this inning, he'll probably earn himself a chance to get out for the 6th. As this is a slow roller over to short, so he might get the job done. Schwartz there, fires to first a little low on the stretch, and they got him for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard, so Davis comes on over after surrendering 2 in the previous frame, has himself a 1-2-3. We're halfway through at David Story Field, just an hour and 10 minutes in as we go to the bottom of the 5th with Mensch, Burley, and Shepard due up for your Black Bears. You're tuned in to Cowlitz Baseball right here on YouTube and KADO. Bottom of the 5th inning, Mensch, Burley, Shepard due up. A lot of hard hitters for the Black Bears as Ryan Harvey comes back out to the mound, sitting pretty, 54 pitches through 4 innings for him. So right around 16-17 per.
Up to bat now is number 9.
A little bit closer to the 16 end. As Henry Mensch due up here. First offering to him is a swing and a miss for a strike, 0-1. Oh, my mistake. 13.5 per inning. My math was off a little bit quick in the head. As Mensch struck out looking his first time, he squares around a bunt, pulls it back, and that's called a ball there, as they're going to say that he did pull it back. I don't think it went off the bat. It took a weird angle off of Heiser's glove and made it appear that way. Now a 1-1 coming up to Henry Mensch. He kicks, fires. Mensch takes one inside. This time a strike. And 1-2 to Henry. Mensch from the University of Portland has been hitting cleanup through and through for this team, and now swings and misses strike 3. He finds himself in the 6th spot as Bozette and Arboleda, of course, hitting well, and he's sent down for out number 1. So for Harvey, strikeout number 4 of the evening. Tied up with Miles Davis. They both have the same amount of punch-outs.
Number 22 is Jacob Burley.
And now Jacob Burley to the plate. First offering to him is fouled back and off the glove of Heiser, 0-1. Burley, as of course we mentioned plenty of times, from Brown University. But actually more of a local guy from Hollister, California, so is a West Coast man. As the 0-1 to him is on the outside corner for a strike, 0-2. So no 2 count to the 19-year-old. Was Sagittarius on December 11th for him, so fire sign. Let's see if he brings some of that up here to the plate as he fouls one back again. A little hard, so the count 0-2. Yeah, again for Burley, he's been real impressive for the Black Bears, especially for somebody that had 2 consecutive college seasons taken away from him. He's been blocking the ball real well, a lot of nice throws, and of course calls an excellent game. The coaches for the Black Bears don't call the pitches, so it's up to Burley, Martin, and Weber. As now one taken upstairs, 1-2. And now we'll see Dawson Martin start to don some catcher's gear as the Black Bears will start warming somebody. Here's the 1-2. It's in the air to center field, sinking liner, and caught by Jacques, who backpedals and is able to make the grab to put him away for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down. Here's Jaden Shepard, who's 0 for 1 on the day with a sharp grounder to the shortstop Peck.
Up now is 32, Jaden Shepard.
Shepard, a power presence for the Black Bears, slumping a little bit, now starting to come out of it. That's why you see him in the 8th spot. As the first pitch to him is a strike right on the outside, 0-1. And how about Ryan Harvey today? He's just dealing, only 2 base runners allowed. Now the 0-1, and Shepard takes one below his knees, 1-1. Shepard from Ohlone College, 6'6", 210 pounds. Now the 1-1. Hit high in the air, but that's going to leave the ballpark in foul ground on the right end, so he falls behind 1-2. Bottom of the 5th with 2 down, a 2-0 Raptors lead on the Black Bears. The base is empty, and Jaden Shepard trying to help his team do some damage with 2 away. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ryan Harvey with his 5th punch out of the evening sends him down for the final out of the top of the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. Let's go to the top of the 6th. Raptors 2, Black Bears nothing, and Ridgefield coming to bat. You're tuned in to Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball right here on YouTube and KEDO. All right, Miles Davis back out for another inning of work, trying to match his season high of 6 innings. He's done that twice, once against Walla Walla in a no decision where he threw 6 scoreless, and once against Corvallis, where he picked up the win on the road. This is only his second home start of the season, and in the first one he was spectacular. He's been good again today. 4 strikeouts, only 5 hits allowed, 2 runs, as he's going to have to navigate through 3, 4, 5 of the order for Ridgefield. For the third time today, it's going to be Peck, Morales, and Chambers. And he slowed him down today, at least Peck and Morales, as they're a combined 3 for 6. Chambers, of course, with a couple of hits.
And on the mound there,
and 1 run batted in for him. Peck is 1 for 2. He's flied out and singled this evening. And Davis's first offering is down and outside, picked up by Burley, 1-0. So Davis will probably exit his start today around 100 pitches. As now he's at 82, unless he can get through this inning. Probably under 90 as the 1-0 is hit in the air right on the line to straightaway center field as Mortensen goes back on it and makes the grab for the first out of the inning. Mortensen busy out there in center field, making another catch out there, as Kobe Morales has kept Henry Mensch moving around. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of flyouts to left.
Up now is number 28, Kobe Morales.
And Corey Keir, Brian Burr certainly liking what they're seeing from Davis today. They're leaving him out. Not too many extended starts from Black Bears starters this season, as the first one from Davis is swung on and missed. And the count, or rather fouled that one away. I thought that was in Burley's glove, but didn't really see it jump off the bat until I noticed that Burley was getting another ball from the home plate umpire. Well, that'll be a telltale sign there. And with 1 away, here's the 0-1. And down and outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, these two teams very different from the iterations that we saw back on June 2nd, as the Black Bears pitching staff really calmed down from that point forward, and Ridgefield's continued to do that, but they scored more runs, as I guess that was more of a sign of things to come for them. Kobe Morales is one of the newer players, though, that's joined the team. And he's been spectacular this season. He's reached base 23 games out of 25 tries. So far, 0 for today, as Davis misses high, 3-1. Davis trying to avoid putting another man aboard, especially with Will Chambers coming up next. He's been really a thorn in Davis' side today, going 2 for 2 as he missed it. Oh, no, he's got it for a strike. A late call that time by Jim Courtney. Evens the count up, or rather fills it up, 3-2. So Davis today has reached a full count 3 times and has thrown a strike in each and every instance. Now the payoff, and he breaks that trend, ball 4, as he lays that breaking ball high and outside and issues his second walk of the contest. Here comes Will Chambers.
Up now, number 24, Will Chambers.
And again, Chambers has been a problem for the Black Bears today. He's gone 2 for 2 with a couple of base hits. He's also swiped a bag and scored a run, or rather driven in a run. Hitting .400 against the Black Bears so far this season. As the first pitch, he takes that one low, 1-0. Chambers just 4 for 5, only came up once in an official plate appearance capacity against the Black Bears the last time. Walked a couple times. 1-0. Swing and a miss. They get him to hack at it outside, 1-1. The Black Bears will take on the Richfield Raptors tomorrow at 6:35 p.m. right here at David Story Field. You can get your tickets at CowlittsBlackBears.com for Game 3 of the Columbia River Cup. And, of course, you can tune in right here on KEDO, KEDOAM.com, and on YouTube. As they call Davis for a balk, but I don't really know what that was about. He's going to have a chat with Mike Carr, as Davis wasn't even going into that set position just yet, but they call a balk anyway, so now runner in scoring position. And Riku Nishida going out to make sure that Davis stays focused at the task at hand. can be a little difficult when you're a pitcher to shake off a balk there, especially one that was surprising like that one. Ridgefield 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position today. And Chambers 1 for 1 in those spots. So now Davis has to work with the runner on second base, and Chambers calls time to further extend the time between the 1-1 pitch and the next offering. A little update for Miles Davis. He was listed as Feather River College, but now he's going to be headed to Cal State Bakersfield. So congratulations to him as he gets another swing and a miss from Chambers, 1-2. So getting a breeze from Chambers' bat. He'll try to do it again for a third time. He's got a couple of swings and misses here. And the Raptors still lead it 2-0. Here's the 1-2. Down and outside. It goes off of Burley's glove, and that'll ricochet into the screen. So a wild pitch for Davis, and now a potential third run of the ball game just 90 feet from home for the Ridgefield Raptors. Black Bears don't want to fall too far behind, especially the way that Harvey's been pitching. So they're going to need to start catching them off guard. We're seeing some stretching going on in the Raptor bullpen, but nothing more than that as the Black Bears, they have Martin down in the crouch, but again, not too much throwing. So 2-2. Swung on and lined to straightaway center field. Mortensen comes in on it, but it's going to dunk in front and land for a base hit. So Chambers with another RBI single today. And he's been 2/3 of the Ridgefield offense as they lead it by a score of 3-0. Also, the ball comes back to hurt the Black Bears. And now Brian Burris going out there to the mound. That's going to be it for Davis, as they'll bring in a new right-handed pitcher. They're making the calls of the bullpen here in the top of the sixth with one out. Ridgefield leading 3-0, and Chambers on first base. When we come back, a new arm for the Black Bears, and we'll tell you who it is right after this. Two minutes, please. Thank you. So the new arm is Dale Takalo for the Black Bears from Lewis and Clark State. Stands at 6'4", 190 pounds from Napa, Oregon. As he'll inherit a runner on first base. And just one down in the top of the sixth, and Tafton Hensley coming to the plate. So the runner on first is Miles Davis's responsibility, but he can be erased rather quickly if Takalo can get a ground ball. First pitch is on the outside corner for the strike, 0-1. Takalo 0-0 on the season. This is his 10th appearance. He's made 2 starts. And in 18 2/3 innings, he has an ERA of 5.79, 13 strikeouts, 6 walks, 23 hits. As the curveball gets a swing and a miss from Hensley, 0-2. In his last appearance, he surrendered 3 earned runs on 5 hits, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts against Cascade Collegiate. He ultimately got the no decision in that game as it went to extras. It's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Takalo comes out of the bullpen red hot. 3 straight pitches and 3 strikes as Hensley will have to go back on down to the dugout and tried to flip the bat to himself and dropped it there. So just an overall not fun plate appearance for him as Grant Heiser comes up. Heiser 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single up the middle. As Takalo's first offering is that curve that misses down and outside. 1-0. First pitch off the plate for Takalo in this ball game. Takalo got to play against his brother when the Northwest Stars came to town. That's where he plays as that pitch is strike 1-1. And the Black Bears went 1-0-1 in that series, tying with the Northwest Stars. And a game that was shortened by rain in the bottom of the 9th. And Takalo's 1-1, breaking ball and no chase by Heiser. And the count 2-1. And Takalo's best outing came against Bend on June 10th. He went 1 1/3. Did not surrender a run, only coughed up 1 hit. As the next ball is a strike, or the next pitch is a strike, 2-2, right there at the knees. And Takalo's had a few appearances out of the bullpen where he's done well. He's struggled in non-league games this season, but when he's come out of the bullpen for the Black Bears in 6 appearances, he's got a 3 ERA and 8 strikeouts in 9 innings. So nice and clean for him as the 2-2 curveball is rolled over and fouled. Oh, almost a great play by the Raptor third base coach. But he ends up dropping it there, so I guess we won't give the third base coach an error over there. It's now another 2-2 for Takalo. Kicks, fires, and this is rolled over again and a little bit closer to the third base line. Oh, Bozette decides to make the play anyway. So constantly flashing the leather he is, whether or not the ball stays in fair territory or not. As Dale will have to work a little bit harder now for this strikeout if he can come around and grab it. Struck out the first batter he faced in Taft and Hensley on 3 straight pitches. As now the 2-2 hit in the air, high and deep to left. Going back on it is Mensch near the track, and he'll make the grab. Henry Mensch again on the run, robbing an extra base hit away from the Raptors as Takalo comes on in and retires the only 2 men that he faces. But Ridgefield score 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and 1 left aboard. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th. Ridgefield 3, Black Bears nothing with Cowlitz coming to bat. You're tuned into Black Bears Baseball right here on KEDO and on YouTube. Three 0 Ridgefield lead. Ryan Harvey back on the mound. Pitch count nice and tidy at 67. 43 for strikes. As, well, there's no other way to put it. He's been dominating the Black Bears today, striking them out 5 times, surrendering just 1 run or 1 hit and 1 walk. We can expect Harvey probably to be out here, maybe even into the 7th if he keeps that pitch count low. So the Black Bears now trail it by 3.
Up now is number 4, Matthew Schwartz.
As Matthew Schwartz looks to extend his hitting streak. He's hit in 6 straight games for the Black Bears as he takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Schwartz a great fixture in the bottom of the order. More of a second leadoff guy, hitting .268 with 6 runs batted in. As he hits this one off the rubber and up the middle, so that's 7 games in a row with the hit for Matthew Schwartz as he's aboard. Only the 2nd hit of the ball game for the Black Bears, though.
Number 5, Riku Nishida up now.
Here's Riku Nishida. He's 0 for 2, line out and a ground out. Now comes up with a man on base. And Schwartz has been known to steal a bag, as he's got a pair of them on the season, as they throw over to first real quick and not in time. We're sitting in the bottom of the 6th inning, a 3-0 Ridgefield lead. But the Black Bears able to start off this inning with a base hit and potential for some more right here. As Nishida hits a bunt, it pops up over near the Black Bear dugout. Oh, what a catch by a young fan right beyond their bench. As Heiser was looking for it, actually slid, but the ball landed about 20 feet away from him.
Another sponsor of tonight's game is Dream Dentistry, online at mydreamteeth.com.
So now Nishida squaring around again. He can get over to first base, especially if he pulls the bunt down the first base side. But right now just looking to move Schwartz over, and they're keeping him close as I have another throw to his end. Here's the 0-1. Nishida pulls the bunt back and takes one high and outside. Evens the count at 1-1. Yeah, that's the thing with him today with Nishida, or really not just today, just overall. No matter what he's doing up at the plate, you never know. He could decide to bunt as he does right here. This is going to drop over to the side of Harvey. He's going to shovel it over to first base, but Nishida able to drop down that sacrifice bunt and push Schwartz over to scoring position for the Black Bears. So here's Brock Mortensen, a big RBI guy for them. He drove in 3 in yesterday's game.
Brock Mortensen.
And today the Black Bears 0 for 1 with a runner on second, third, or both. Mortensen's 0 for 2. He's flied out and grounded out. Base hit to the outfield, cuts down on the lead. Schwartz with some speed. First pitch from Harvey. Swing and a miss from Mortensen. 0-1. On the season, the Black Bears just 195 with runners in scoring position. 54 for hits and 227 chances. As Mortensen hits one on the ground, and that's going to go through on the left side for a base hit. Aaron Matthews is going to hold Schwartz at third, as that was quite shallow and Hernandez was hustling in, but the Black Bears get another base hit here, now have runners on the corners with just one down. And now Wilson Weber to the plate.
Designated hitter up now, number 34, Wilson Wheels.
With 11
Weber.
runs batted in, he's hitting .238 on the season with runners in scoring position. He has 5 hits and 21 chances here. All he's got to do, again, just find some real estate out there in the outfield. The fly ball scores a run as well. And Harvey from the stretch, not something he's had to do too often today, finds the outside corner, 0-1. Weber is 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts looking, so he'll certainly be swinging the bat up here this time. Now the 0-1 is hit on the ground and chopped foul and right in front of the Raptors dugout over there, 0-2. Matthew Schwartz with a base hit up the middle to get this start. Riku Nishida pushed him over to second base on a sac bunt, and then a hit by Brock Mortensen over on the left end. Puts us in the spot we're in now. Runners on first and third. And the next one to Weber. He takes that one upstairs. Good take by him. And Wilson's fan section exploding for him right there. They're excited for the future Oregon State Beaver. 1-2. Swung on, hit on the ground at the first baseman. It's picked up, stamped on the back by Morales, who fires to first, not in time. That's going to hold Schwartz there. So a 3 unassisted on the play, moves the runner to second base. As they fail to move Schwartz over, but now 2 in scoring position for Kerry Arboleda.
Up to bat now is number 21, Kerry Arboleda.
Arboleda, of course, walking up to the Miley Cyrus hit party in the USA, looking to start a party here at David Story Field. Base hit will do that. He's 0 for 2. He's flying out and lined out both times over to the right side. And Harvey's first delivery way up and in. That was pitch number 79 for him, 1-0. I would see a right-hander in the pen for Ridgefield starting to toss. And now they're checking to see if the right-hander is ready as Arboleda swings right through the fastball upstairs. 1-1. Can't quite see who it is. Oh, there we go. So he turned around. It looks like Hudson Leach from McCreighton warming up in the pen. Another right-hander against this right-handed heavy lineup for the Black Bears they're sending out today. 1-1 to Arboleda. Best inning for the Black Bears with the pair of base runners as Carey takes one high and outside. 2-1 to the power-hitting cleanup man for the Black Bears. Black Bears want to start a comeback and keep this game continually close. This is their best chance that they've had today. As Harvey has been pristine through 5 2/3. Arboleda in a hitter's count, looking for a fastball over the plate from Harvey. As he kicks, fires, and Arboleda takes one up and inside. 3-1, and Heiser gonna go have a chat with him. So while they're talking, again, let's look around the West Coast League. Corvallis lead Wenatchee by a score of 4-2. That is on the road in Wenatchee. As another road team, the Portland Pickles, lead the Walla Walla Sweets 3-1 at Burlesque Stadium, and Yakima Valley have tied it all up against Bellingham at Yakima County Stadium. It is a 1-1 game in the bottom of the 4th. And as usual here at David Story Field, we're right ahead of the game. We're in the bottom of the 6th. 2 down, 3-1 count to Arboleda. First base is open as Harvey deals high and in, ball 4. So now the base is loaded, and here comes Brock Bozette. Now a long walk coming out from the Ridgefield dugout. And it's going to be pitching coach Daniel Barato.
Up now is number 3, Brock.
They got to strategize, especially against Brock Bozette, who, for the Black Bears, has been their best run producer. 18 runs batted in for him, and that number should be no surprise. He's 8 for 25 with runners in scoring position, hitting .320. And he hit .385 for Spokane Community College this season. So now Brock geared up in a big spot here. Pressure doesn't seem to get to this kid. Again, very mild-mannered, relaxed most of the time, so the spotlight right on him. With the bases loaded, 2 down, and his team with a chance to get back in it in the bottom of the 6th. Arboleda's on first by way of a walk. Schwartz and Mortensen both had base hits. And they're on third and second base respectively. And Harvey with a big leg kick delivers, and Bozette fouls one on the right side out of play, 0-1. Brock, a big-time line drives hitter. And another one of those right here will get his team right back into this ball game as they trail by 3. 0-1 count now. Harvey with another big leg kick delivers, and Bozette takes one high and inside. 1-1. He also leads the team with 12 walks. Drew one already today, so if he does that again, a run can come in. And you imagine if Harvey walks him, that'll certainly be it for him as the 1-1 misses high, and it's dropped by Heiser, but dropped in front 2-1. I think regardless of what happens here, this is Harvey's last batter. Hitters count to Bozette, hitting 5th today for the Black Bears after leading off a couple of times. 5, not a bad spot for him, especially today with the bases loaded. 2-1, hits one on the ground and just foul over on the right side. Hard hit ball by Bozette as he put good wood on it, but evens the count at 2-2. Mensch waits on deck, would love to come on up with the run already on the board for the Black Bears. Deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, bottom of the 6th. And he deals. Bozette with a great eye up there, takes one high. 3-2 from Ryan Harvey. Ridgefield right-hander today has been in 4 full counts, has thrown a strike 75% of the time. You know Bozette swinging at anything close. He deals, and this is hit in the air, high and deep to center, going way back towards the barn, by the track, Bozette! Oh, and it's caught by Caden Connor right at the wall. Bozette hit that one about 386 feet, but Connor spoils that one as he sends him down for the final out of the inning. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, 3 left aboard. A great inning by the Black Bears and good contact for Bozette, but nothing to show for it as Dale Tackalo will come back out to the mound for the top of the 7th. Ridgefield coming to bat right here on 99.1 FM, 1400 AM, KADO, Longview, Kelso. The Black Bears threatened by loading the bases, but cannot bring in a run. As Brock Bozette hit that ball about as far as he can without it leaving the ballpark here at David Story Field for the final out. So Dale Tackalo will try to send down Darcy, Jacques, and Connor in order to help the Black Bears keep it a 3-0 deficit for them.
Up to bat now is number 18, Cody Darcy.
And now we can close the book on Davis. He had a nice start today. Went 5 1/3, surrendered 3 earned runs on 6 hits, 2 walks, but did strike out 4. So Davis, especially considering the team that he's playing against, the high-powered offense of the Ridgefield Raptors, held him down and, again, is helping give his team a chance to win. First one from Tackalo was low, and now the 1-0 is on the way. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-1. A lot of swings and misses today from the Raptors, and that won't bode well for them moving forward. A lot of big strike throwers for the Cowlitz Black Bears, so if they want to score how they usually do against Cowlitz, they're going to have to take a more contact-oriented approach. And now the 1-2 from Tackalo, and he misses down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lights are on here at David Story Field as the sun's beginning to set behind the trees. Still some strands of sunlight out there, though, as Tackalo's 2-2 is a breaking ball, and it bounces through and on the left side for a base hit. So for Darcy, he has a leadoff base hit. Tanner Jacques to the plate, 0 for 2 with a pair of grounders.
Up now is number 26, Tanner Jacques.
Tackalo tried to get that breaking ball inside, but Darcy was ready for it, got out in front, sucked the barrel out, and is able to poke it through for a single. 7 hits for the Raptors today, 3 runs, no errors, and 4 left to board. For the Black Bears, no runs, 3 hits, no errors, or 1 error, and 5 left on base as Burley blocks one in the dirt. Jacques was squaring around to bunt, but pulled it back 1-0. A lot of singles for Ridgefield today. They're a team known for their home runs and doubles. And part of it is Miles Davis and Dale Tacolo's pitching. And the other part, of course, is David Story Field, as this is a push bunt, goes foul on the right side, touched by Burley, 1-1. And a great weekend coming up for the Columbia River Cup. It's going to be 79 degrees on Saturday and Sunday, so get your tickets to come catch the Black Bears take on the Raptors at CowlitzBlackBears.com. Tacolo with a triple take. Runner goes. The pitch is high. Burley fires to second. There's the tag, and they got him. So the pitch of ball, Jacob Burley guns down Cody Darcy as a base runner. The leadoff base runner wasted as Burley makes the connection with Matthew Schwartz, the 2-6 on the putout. And Tacolo misses with that breaking ball. Up and inside now, a 3-1 count. But feels a little bit better with that base runner erased. And the 3-1 is cut on and missed. Oh no, the pitch prior was actually called a strike. So now he's sent down on strike, swinging there, and there's 2 away.
Back at the top of the lineup now.
So leadoff single erased by that strong throw by Burley and a great tag by Matthew Schwartz, and a strikeout now puts 2 down in the top of the 7th. Del Tacolo having one of his best outings so far for the Black Bears. Here's Caden Connor, though, 1 for 3. He's got a double as he takes one low and outside, 1-0. Connor with the only extra base hit on the ball game today. And it was a leadoff double, but he did not come around to score. The only runs for the Raptors came in the 4th and the 6th inning. They scored 2 and 1 as this is grounded over to Schwartz. Picks it up on a true hop, flares it to first, and the stretch by Shepard is enough to put him away for the final out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left to board. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Another chance for the Black Bears to come on back. They trail by 3, and will step on up to the plate right here on KEDO and on YouTube. Well, after stretch time, we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Mensch Burley Shepard against a new arm for the Ridgefield Raptors. It's going to be Hudson Leach wearing the number 35. Leach, right-handed pitcher, 6'2", 215 pounds from Creighton. Also hails from Kansas City, Missouri, so a long way to come on out here, but look to pick up right where the Ridgefield staff left off. Ryan Harvey threw 6 scoreless and scattered 3 hits, 2 walks, struck out 5 through 89 pitches and threw 56 for strikes at 62.9%. And the Black Bears certainly happy that he's out of there as they'll look to do some damage against the relief arm in Leach. And the bullpen's been a little bit of
Sweet Caroline first. Don't forget,
sore spot.
Don't worry, we will do Take Me Out to the Ball Game
for the Raptors this year. As Leach 0 for 1 with an 8.21 ERA. He's made 5 appearances. This will be his 6th. He has 1 start. He's thrown 7 2/3 innings, striking out 10 as Mensch grounds one over to the shortstop. Firing it a little high over to first is Peck, but Morales is there. And 1 pitch, 1 out for Leach. Off to a good start here in the bottom of the 7th. Now for Leach's last 2 outings, he's gone scoreless in his last 1 2/3. The issue for him was against Yakima Valley. He surrendered 8 runs, 6 earned on 7 hits. So now Jacob Burley steps up. He's got a single and a line drive. It's 1 of 3 hits for his team as he takes a breaking ball for a strike at the knees, 0-1. Now Jake Dent warming in the pen for the Black Bears. He'll probably take over in the 8th inning, although Dale's been dealing. So maybe they'll see what he's got before turning to Dent. So the 0-1, swing and a miss by Burley. That pitch was well in front of the plate. And now an 0-2 coming up to the Brown University backstop. Bases empty, 1 down, 3-0 Richfield leading in Game 2 of the Columbia River Cup. And Leach delivers. Chops over to short again. This time picked up by the third baseman Darcy, who throws low. And the pick by Morales is right there to put him down for out number 2. So that was over to the shortstop hole, but it was rolling a little slowly. So Darcy was able to swoop in front and make the play. And now Jaden Shepard to the plate.
Up now is number 32, Jaden Shepard.
Shepard is 0 for 2.
6'6".
With a ground out and a strikeout swinging. The Ohlone College right-hander trying to help his team out right here. First pitch to him is a fastball right on the outside edge, 0-1. And the Black Bears will have Schwartz, Nishida, and Mortensen up next if Shepard can get aboard. As the 0-1, look out inside, and I thought that hit him. I'm going to say it did not, and Shepard's not acting like it did either. Although knowing him, he'd want to stay in the box and go for a hit anyway. So instead, that just goes through into the backstop and a 1-1 coming up. And Leach deals up and in again. Ball seems to be slipping out of his hand. 2 balls and a strike to Shepard. No, might push him off the plate a little bit, although Shepard definitely not one to be intimidated. When you're 6'6", 210, not too many things scare you. Now the 2-1. Hit in the air and foul into the screen on the right side above the Raptor on deck circle, so we'll go with the 2-2. 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors, 4 left for Richfield. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error, 5 left for the Black Bears. As they trail it 3-0 in the bottom of the 7th with 2 down. And he deals to Shepard. Swing and a miss, strike 3 on the curveball as the Black Bears go down a 1-2-3 here in the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. Top of the 8th coming up with the Raptors leading by 3 and Richfield coming to bat. You're tuning into Cowlitz Black Bears baseball right here on KEDO and on YouTube. Jake Dent coming on in for your Cowlitz Black Bears after a great performance by Dale Takalo. He inherited a runner on base and had an excellent outing for him, so let's give you Dale's numbers as his book is closed. Dale went 1 2/3 innings, throwing just 22 pitches, 15 strikes at 68.2%. He did not allow a run on just one hit and a pair of strikeouts, no walks, and that hit was erased by a beautiful throw by Jacob Burley over to Matthew Schwartz. And now we'll see what Jake Dent has in the tank for the Black Bears. Dent, 6'4", 235 pounds from Sonoma State. And actually his coaches are here today, keeping an eye on him and Michael Benz. And yeah, they should be happy with what they've done. Let's give you Dent's numbers this season, and he's been doing a lot better as of late. After a small bit of a slow start, he's really becoming a key reliever for the Black Bears, making his 12th appearance. He's 0-1. He's second on the team in appearances now, right behind Michael Benz, his Sonoma State teammate. In 12 innings, he's pitching to a 4 point. Oh, I lost it here. He's pitching to a 4.267 ERA. So more of a 4.27 ERA. And he's got a whip of 1.66. Also has struck out 11, 11 walks, 9 hits for him as well. But again, has been getting better and better in each outing. First one to Hernandez is off the plate, 1-0. Hernandez has walked and grounded out twice. He's also scored a run. He scored the first run of the ball game, as the next one from Dent is a fastball to the lefty, 1-1. And the bullpen holding up their end of the bargain today for the Black Bears so far, with Takalo having a nice appearance. As this is blooped over into left, Mensch ranges over to his left side and will make the grab.
This summer, make
out number one.
Build with Baker, 311 Pine Street in Kelso. Don't have to limp through.
And again, the Black Bears pitching staff has been so good today. Yet again, they usually are. That's why they're the top staff in the league. They're holding a team that hits 291 on the season to a 259 team average and only 3 runs. That's less than half their average output. And we're already in the 8th. The Black Bears had a chance to score, couldn't get it done. Over back in the 6th, and now we'll only have 6 more outs to try to do it. Yeah, we're talking about Dent being red hot. He has not surrendered a run since June 10th against Bend. Or an earned run, I should say. Had 1 earned against Corvallis, but a clean slate as he continues to watch his ERA tumble down. First pitch to Peck, though, is a ball, 1-0. Peck is 1 for 3, a flyout, a lineout, and a base hit all over the field. The pop out was to first, the single was over to short, and up the middle was that lineout, as Dent finds the outside part of the strike zone with the next pitch, 1-1. And the 1-1 from Dent is tapped. Oh, what a play. Sticks out his glove and grabs the ball. So now flips it to first to Shepard, and there's 2 down here. Who says pitchers aren't athletes? Good play there by Dent, as Kobe Morales going to come on up. Morales is 0 for 2 today. He's walked and hit 2 long shots into left. Henry Mensch actually out there, basically has his heels out there on the track. Anticipating another bailed up ball to Morales. This is his first time facing Dent this season, as the pitch misses inside for a ball, 1-0. And now Mark Wanarovich getting loose for the Black Bears in the pen.
Built on relationships backed by
Keegan Wright getting loose as well. They both threw yesterday. But I think Wanarovich probably be the guy they turn to here, as this is popped up over into shallow left center. Schwartz is there, camped under it, and he'll make the catch for the final out of the inning. So Dent continues his string of success out of the pen. A 1-2-3 inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left to board. Let's move to the bottom of the 8th. The Black Bears trail it by 3. Let's get some runs for them here in Game 2 of the Columbia River Cup, right here on YouTube and KEDO. Another inning for Hudson Leach. He'll face off against 9, 1 and 2 for the Black Bears, and Schwartz essentially a second leadoff for them. He's 1 for 2. He's flied out and singled.
He's going to LCC this summer.
And was a big part of that inning where the Black Bears nearly were able to put a dent into this lead for the Black Bears. He let it off with a single. Let's see if we can do it again here. Bases were loaded. And that 6th as the first one to him is inside for a ball, 1-0. So Schwartz, Nishida, Mortensen, very dangerous part of their order against Leach. They've gotten into the Ridgefield Raptors bullpen. Sorry, I heard LCC a bunch of times over to my left. So almost said that here. Schwartz takes one away, 2-0. Only 3 hits for the Black Bears today. One of them from Schwartz as he takes one high and outside and has not had to swing the bat just yet. He's ahead in the count now, 3-0. And going later into this game, if Schwartz were to reach first here, I'd assume Nishida won't bunt, as they're starting to run out of outs. You don't want to give those away late in the game, as the 3-0 to Schwartz is a fastball that is to get me over on the inside, 3-1. And this has been one of Ridgefield's best pitching games of the season for them. As the next one inside, ball 4, and Schwartz is aboard. For the second time in the game, here's Riku Nishida. So now Nishida 0 for 2 with that sac bunt, a ground out, and a line out for him today.
This is number 5, Riku Nishida.
As you imagine the fielders will move in, I see Cody Darcy starting to touch the grass there. And I think Leach might be on a short leash as another right-hander starting to get hot in the Ridgefield pen. And he steps off here, forcing Schwartz to scamper on back to the bag. As Nishida hits one in the air over on the left side, hustling over is Hernandez, and it hits the track and will bounce out of play and into the concession area over on the left side.
Start shopping.
So the Raptors didn't have one shutout this year against Bend, but that was back when Bend was mostly 10-day players. And since then, I don't think they've allowed fewer than 3 runs. Oh, except for their last game against Corvallis, a non-league, a 2-0 game, which Corvallis won. Nishida takes one high and outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. So, yeah, Ridgefield's game plan this season is to just outslug their opponents. That's why the Black Bears are such a good matchup for them. Or rather, well, both teams are good matchups for each other. Their strength counters the other team's strength. So far, coming out on top have been the Raptors with 3 runs, but if you were to tell the Black Bears that they were to hold the Raptors to 3 runs through 8 innings, I'm sure they'd sign up for that. As Hudson Leach trying to fire one over to first and just short-armed it. That was a little bizarre. Nishida takes the 1-1 high, 2-1. Doesn't have his same command he had in the last inning when he sent the Black Bears down 1-2-3. As over in the pen is Eli Schubert from Lewis Clark State from Eagle, Idaho. This is a slow trickler over to the second baseman. Nishida hustling down the line, and Jacques is there to fire it to Morales to send him down. So another sacrifice in essence for Nishida. Sends him down, or is sent down on the 4-3. And moves Schwartz into scoring position. So now the lineup continues to move along. The number 2 man up, and Brock Mortensen, who's 1 for 3. He got a hit with Schwartz on second base, but he couldn't score as it was hit a little too shallow in left field. Mortensen starts with the bat on his shoulder. Now wiggles it as he gets ready for the first one, which is belted, and that'll hook foul over on the left side. Only got a nice piece of it. It's only 306 down that left field line, so if you can get that to carry well enough, you can give yourself a home run right there on Bob's Sporting Goods party deck. And the Black Bears have only been shut out once this season. That was in their home opener against Walla Walla in a 1-0 game. Now the 0-1 to Mortensen. Swing and a miss at the off-speed pitch inside. Mortensen tried to make the adjustment but couldn't catch up. And now a 0-2 to the UC Santa Barbara outfielder. Black Bears looking for some traffic here for Wilson Weber, who's due up next. Base hit by Mortensen should score Schwartz as long as it goes a little bit farther than his last one. Here's the 0-2 now, and it's taken outside for a ball, and Leach nods his head in agreement. He did miss just off the plate, but the Raptors dugout thought that they had strike three. Every Black Bear on the bench is on the top step for the Raptors. A lot of guys taking a seat. And now stepping off his Leach, he spins around. No throw over to Schwartz. He's just trying to keep him close. Schwartz again with some speed. I'd be shocked if he went over it and tried to steal third here. Again, the Black Bears with the outs at a premium right now. Just 5 left to go. You don't want to give those away. Here's the 1-2. Mortensen fouls one, and I think it hit both his legs. So he's going to walk that one off over there. Still got a piece of that breaking ball. Let's see if Leach goes back to it after Mortensen seemed to be on that one. And we'll take this moment to remind you to stay tuned right after the final out for the Counts Black Bears post-game show brought to you by the Daily News. That'll be on YouTube and KADO, and you can catch that right after. Or if you can't stay up for it, you can catch it the next morning on the Daily News' site or on the Black Bears YouTube channel. Here's the 1-2 to Mortensen, and that breaking ball is lobbed high and away, 2-2. So all three batters working deep counts here against Leach. So that breaking ball seems to be slipping out of his hand a little bit every once in a while. Now the 2-2. Ooh, inside, and that one hits Mortensen as he dances around. That one certainly did not tickle. He seems to be all right. As that one hit him near the ankle, so he'll go on to first. And now, for the Black Bears, they have the tying run at the plate. Well, they didn't do it the easy way, but Mortensen gets aboard. Seems to be all right. He took his shin guard off by himself and probably just needs a minute or so to shake it off. So now Weber up. He is 0 for 3. Pair of strikeouts and a ground out, but it's his first time against Leach. And Schubert continuing to toss in the Raptor bullpen. This could be his last batter if he doesn't get him out. First pitch to Weber is a fastball on the outside for a strike, 0-1. Kerry Arboleda waits on deck, and a little quick scouting report from Riku Nishida and Corey Keir on what they've seen so far from Leach. Leach now shakes off the first couple of signs. He's ready to go against the tough right-handed hitter. Here's the 0-1 to Weber, and he takes that one, almost the same exact pitch on the outside, 0-2.
Make some noise for Wilson.
So 0-2 to Weber here. Big spot, still just one down. Trying to line one somewhere in the gap here to score both Schwartz and Mortensen. The team trails 3-0 to the Raptors. Here's the 0-2, and Weber swings and misses at the curveball up and inside, and is sent down on strikes for the third time today. So now it'll be up to Kerry Arboleda. He's 0 for 2. Fly out, line out, and a walk. Again, has hit the ball hard. But just could not get them to drop. The Black Bears only with 3 hits today, but a fourth one can really turn this game around. Schwartz with a big lead off the bag at second as Arboleda takes a strike, and the count 0-1. Leach now pitching with pinpoint accuracy after walking Schwartz and hitting Mortensen. And Leach comes set. takes another look back, and here comes the 0-1, up and inside with that slider. 1 ball and 1 strike to Arboleda. So Arboleda right here looking for something a little bit outside with the fastball, trying to hit it the other way. To not only guarantee that Schwartz scores, but also to get Brock Mortensen at the very least over to third base. As the 1-1 is hit, a high chopper to the third baseman. Darcy going to take it himself, and they're going to say that that was a foul ball. And the count now 1-2. So it must have hit Arboleda on the way there. He hustled down the line anyway. And now he'll get another shot to bring in the Black Bears' first run. We're just 2 hours and 13 minutes into the game here. Bottom of the 8th already with 2 down. And yeah, like we were mentioning before, we're easily the farthest game along in the West Coast League. Corvallis and Wenatchee in the top of the 7th with the Knights leading 5-3. In the bottom of the 5th, Portland lead Walla Walla 4-1. And Yakima Valley lead 3-1 in the top of the 7th against Bellingham at Yakima County Stadium. 1-2. Arboleda serves this one, and this is going to land in center for a base hit. Schwartz will round third. He will score. Mortensen's going to stop at second. It's an RBI single for Kerry Arboleda, and the Black Bears are on the board. It's 3-1. So Cowlitz
Matthew Schwartz
able to get it done here. And looks like the hook coming for Hudson Leach. As Chris Cota making the walk out there to the mound. The first run surrendered by Richfield pitching today. And he'll take it away as a new arm coming out to face Brock Bozette. So called to the bullpen in the bottom of the 8th with 2 down. Raptors 3, Black Bears 1. And we'll step aside here and tell you who the new pitcher is right after this on KEDO and on YouTube. 2 minutes, please. Thank you, Jacob. Here is Eli Schubert inheriting a tough spot for the Raptors against Brock Bozette. 2 on, 2 down, and Bozette takes the breaking ball outside, 1-0. So Kerry Arboleda, who's over on first base, drove in the first run of the game for the Black Bears, and now they have the go-ahead run at the plate and the tying run on first base in Arboleda. 1-0. Bozette hits one on the ground and right to the third baseman. So Darcy will stamp on the bag and send him away for the final out of the inning. But the Cowlitz Black Bears are able to put 1 on the board this inning as they score 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left to board. Top of the 9th coming up Raptors 3, Black Bears 1, Richfield coming to bat. You are tuned in to Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball right here on YouTube and KEDO.
Join them here.
And Keegan Wright out there to the mound, and he'll take over in the top of the ninth inning for the Black Bears, and that means Jake Dent's day is done. So Dent went 1 inning of scoreless baseball, only needed 8 pitches through 5 for strikes at 62.5%. Did not strike out or walk a batter, nor did he allow a hit. Just a nice, clean, easy 1-2-3. As Wright going to face off against Chambers, Hensley, and Heiser. Nobody's been able to get Chambers out so far today. He's 3 for 3. With a couple of runs batted in, and the Black Bears trying to keep it just a 2-run deficit. And they'll send a Mensch Burley Shepard in the bottom of the ninth. So they'll try to walk it off, but it'll be a little bit easier to do that if they only go into that inning down by 2. And Keegan Wright having himself a year for the Black Bears, as he now ties Dent for second on the team in appearances. This is number 12 for him. In 11 innings, Wright's allowed 3 runs, all earned, on 13 hits, 8 walks, 11 strikeouts. He has an ERA of 2.45 and a whip of 1.91.
Chambers is up to bat now.
And Chambers, the tall left-handed batter, back up again. As we mentioned, 3 for 3. Has hit the ball to all 3 fields. His first hit to right, second to left, and his third to straightaway center field. He's nearly half of the hits of the for the Raptors today, as he takes a strike from right 0-1. And Keegan appeared in yesterday's game and retired both batters that he faced, as another strike taken. A good pitch from Wright, 0-2. Keegan is on a stretch of 3 straight scoreless outings. And looking to keep that one rolling here. Here's the 0-2. It's flared foul. Keep it 0-2. And then the last 2 times he's been out there, though, he's only gone 2/3 of an inning. His longest appearance came against Walla Walla, where he went 1 2/3 and just surrendered the hit, walked 2, but got the strikeout in a game the Black Bears would eventually win 7-4. 0-2 is a high Baltimore chop to second. Nishida picks it up, jumps, fires to first, and they got him. Riku Nishida, the human highlight reel, makes another spectacular play over there at second for the Black Bears, and there's one down in the top of the ninth. How about the timing by Nishida? Waited for the smaller hop, got it in his glove, and in one motion jumped and fired the baseball to retire Chambers for the first time today. So now Tafton Hensley steps up. He's 0 for 3 with a pair of Ks. First one from right just misses away. His first pitch off the plate, 1-0. Black Bears only down by 2. They got one back in the 8th now, looking to throw another 0 on the board as Wright's fastball right on the inside, 1-1. Overall, great performances from the Black Bears pitchers today. Miles Davis gave him 5 1/3 of 3-run baseball as the pitch hits him. They're going to see if he went around. They say no, he didn't. And Keegan Wright and Jacob Burley both upset on that one. To me, it looked like that bat had crossed the plate. Because if you do swing at a ball that hits you, That is a swinging strike, but they're going to say that his bat did not go all the way around. So Hensley on first base and Grant Heiser back up for the fourth time today. He struck out, singled, and flied out. Black Bears looking for their second double play of the game now. And Wright fires the two-seam for strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Now we're talking about Black Bears pitching today. Miles Davis was great. 5 1/3, a 3-run ball. Dale Tackalo with 1 2/3 scoreless. Jake Dent with 1 scoreless. Now Wright looking to continue that trend as the 0-1 is grounded over to short, could be 2. Schwartz fires to second for 1. Nishida's throwing to first. It's a double play. The 6 to 4 to 3. How do you like that one from the Black Bears? As they get some defensive momentum to help them out as they go into the bottom of the ninth, looking to walk things off against the Raptors. It's a 3-1 game, and the Black Bears coming to bat in Game 2 of the Columbia River Cup. Don't touch that tile. We'll be right back right here on KEDO and on YouTube. Couple of defensive changes here as Micah McDowell will take over defensively in center field, shifting Caden Connor over to right. Now Tafton Hensley out of the ball game as Eli Schubert back out there to try to close things out. And we did not give you numbers for him. He came in through 2 pitches and got the out. Brock Bozette grounded to third on a fielder's choice. As Schubert on the season, including non-league games, 2-1 with a 1.62 ERA. This is his 8th appearance. He actually has 1 save in a non-league game. In 16 2/3 innings, he struck out 24 batters. His bench gets a hold of one into left field, but Hernandez will run in and make the grab for out number 1. Again, this ballpark certainly holds a lot of fly balls, so one quick one down as Jacob Burley steps on up.
Number 22, Jacob Burley.
In his last appearance against Bend, Schubert went 1 scoreless inning to pick up that save and struck out 1 batter. He has given up runs in 3 of his appearances, though. Black Bears looking to make it a 4th. First one to Burley is downstairs and outside, 1-0. These 2 teams will have 2 more games this weekend, one Saturday, one Sunday, and I believe both at 6:35 p.m. Get your tickets. 2 games 3 and 4 of the Columbia River Cup right on CowlittsBlackBears.com as this is popped up by Burley, slams the bat down in frustration as Darcy picks it up in the air and the Black Bears down to their final out. Last hope for the Black Bears, Jaden Shepard steps to the plate. Shepard had a clutch hit against Cascade Collegiate. With his team trailing, he was able to tie the game up. With a 2 RBI hit the other way. Right now, he just needs to get a board for Matthew Schwartz, who's been on base twice today. First one to Shepard. Slider outside, 1-0. Shepard does have some patience at the plate, has walked 7 times. 0 for 3 today, a ground out, and a couple of swinging strikeouts for him. As Schubert delivers the next one, check the swing, but it's a strike anyway, 1-1. 3-1 lead. For the Ridgefield Raptors on the Black Bears with 2 down in the bottom of the ninth. Shepard swings and misses, and now Cowlitz down to their final strike. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Base is clear, and Eli Schubert trying to nail it down. The Black Bears trying to get a hit here as that frisbee slider misses way outside, but wow, that was some serious break by Schubert on that pitch. So Shepherd will have another chance here. Just trailing by 2. All he's got to do is get a board, and the 2-2 is down and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Shepherd. So far, a full inning of scoreless relief for Eli Schubert. Looking for the 4-out save. As he delivers the 3-2, Shepherd takes one down and in. Ball 4. A huge walk as now the Black Bears will bring up the tying runs to the plate. I told you guys not to touch that dial. Here we go.
Matthew Schwartz.
Schwartz is 1 for 2. A flyout, a single, and a walk as they're going to pinch run for Jaden Shepherd. Here goes Toriano Sweet. He'll get a chance to show off his wheels. And Sweet with 6 swipe bags. Definitely with plenty of speed, can score on a double for sure. Definitely going to keep Schubert's attention a little bit. Sweet does like to take big leads as well. First pitch to Schwartz is a strike at the knees. Good fastball that time, 0-1. That is a great fastball by Schubert. A lot of spin on it. Looks like it's coming in right on a straight line, and he's able to locate that one low. Tough for any batter to catch up on. Now the 0-1. Swing and a miss by Schwartz, and again, for the second straight batter, your Black Bears down to their final strike. Tying run at the plate in Matthew Schwartz. Riku Nishida waits on deck. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runner on first base is Toriano Sweet. Schubert sets and delivers, misses outside. Wow, really popped the mitt there, but missed with his fastball, 1-2. And the walk was the first base runner allowed by Schubert since July 3rd against Corvallis. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 with the heater. Sends Schwartz down on strikes, and that'll do it here. Ball game over. Raptors win. And the series between these two squads all wrapped up at 1 in the Columbia River Cup as the Black Bears lose this one by a score of 3-1. Your winning pitcher today is for the Ridgefield Raptors. It is Ryan Harvey, his first win of the season. And the loss goes to Miles Davis, who's now 1-2, and the save to Eli Schubert, his second this season. The Black Bears drop a tough one. They score just 1 run on 4 hits, 1 error, leave 8 aboard as the Raptors score 3 on 7 hits, no errors, and leave 4 on base. The bullpen, though, for the Cowlitz Black Bears, certainly a bright spot. 3 2/3 out of the pen of scoreless relief. Miles Davis with those 3 inning, or rather 5 1/3 of just 3-run baseballs. They're able to hold down the offense of the Raptors to less than half of their average, but the Black Bears just couldn't get it going offensively today and lose this one by a score of 3-1. Stay tuned, though, as we'll be back for post-game coverage right here on the Cowlitz Black Bears Radio Network and YouTube channel in just a moment. But again, final score, Raptors 3, Black Bears 1. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back with the Daily News post-game show. 5 minutes, please, Jacob. Thanks.
No, not yet. Oh, I wish. Still kind of waiting on it.
Jacob, how much time do we have left in the break? Okay, how long's the next break? Or is the next spot? All right, we can just stop it after the 30-second one. Yep, thank you. All right, talk to me.
Hello? Can you hear
Cool.
me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome. At the beginning of the season, I had this way too far down.
Yeah.
And I couldn't hear anybody, so I had to like lean in and go like this for the answers. And I'm like, I need to just kind of turn it up. Yeah. I only have a degree in TV and radio. You think I'd know how to turn dials up, but here we are. All right. I think we're good now. And welcome back to David Story Field. We're live with Matthew Schwartz here for The Daily News Cowlitz Black Bears postgame show. 3-1 loss today to the Ridgefield Raptors, but Schwartz, it looked like going up there, the guys still had the same approach from the very beginning of the game to the end. And, even when the bats aren't working today, you got to give yourselves a lot of credit for at least coming on up there and making those pitchers work today. What was the atmosphere like in the dugout with that?
Yeah, totally. We just tried to stick to our approach today, even though we were hitting the ball hard, nothing was falling, but we were consistent and stayed with our approach, and it was looking good for us, but just couldn't get that timely hit yet again today. So
yeah, it looked like you almost had that. What was it like when you were on base seeing that towering shot by Bozette just miss the barn in center field? That was a tough one.
Oh, I was just praying that it fell. The kid made a great play to go run that thing down, but yeah, that would have been a really nice thing for us to have fall right there.
So 3 quick-ish runs for Ridgefield today. The bullpen comes in, delivers 3 2/3 scoreless. How much does that help you as an offense, knowing that your pitchers have your back and are keeping it close and always giving you guys a chance to win the games?
Oh, yeah, totally. Our bullpen definitely keeps in the game quite a bit, and we just know whoever's out there, they're going to throw up a 0 for us. So we just need to kind of help them out a little bit more with the bats, but that'll come for sure.
Now, stepping away from the team a little more personally, I know we've been talking about this game to game. You're now on a 7-game hitting streak. The ball looking like a beach ball up there lately?
Sort of, kind of. I mean, just trying to stick to my approach and have good at-bats and hit the ball hard, trying to just help my team win at this point. So.
And is it easier to hit when you're over here at LCC, your home field during the spring?
Oh, definitely. It's nice to be comfortable in a comfortable environment for sure.
All right, Matt, thank you so much for the interview, and good luck the rest of the way. We got 2 more games coming at you at 6:35 p.m., one on Saturday, one on Sunday. Get your tickets at CowlitzBlackBears.com, or, of course, tune in on KEDO or KEDOAM.com, or right now if you're watching on the Cowlitz Black Bears YouTube channel. We love having you over. Matt, once again, thank you so much for coming on in. We're thanking Matt. We're thanking Justin Ford behind the camera. We're thanking Jacob Ackerman back home. And, of course, we're thanking you, the viewers, so much for tuning on in today, and the listeners as well on KEDO. My name is Zach Smolin. Have a great evening. Stay frosty. Thanks, Jacob.